So this is 8.1, example 2. When you're asked to find the margin of error, the equation for that is the critical value times the standard deviation, which is the sigma symbol here, divided by the square root of n, and n is your sample size. So you're directly given the sample size and the standard deviation, so you just have to plug those in, but you do have to find what number to use for your critical value. So for part 1 of here, it says you have a 99% confidence interval. So finding the critical value for a 99% confidence interval is just like what you did in example 1. But I think in this case, all of them are going to be numbers that you can find in table A3. So you'll go to table A3, the bottom, and so the 99% confidence interval, the number directly above that, is the critical value. So in this case, that's 2.576. So then that goes into the calculator, 2.576, and I'm going to go back to the equation here, times sigma, which is 23. So times 23. And should have that all in parentheses here, actually. That did not work. 2.576 times 23 divided by square root is the second button, and then above the x squared, and then n is my sample size, which is 80. And so my margin of error is 6.624, because I want 3 decimal places. The second part of this says if the confidence level were 90%, would the margin of error be larger or smaller? And you're going to have a bunch of these kind of questions in section 8. And my recommendation is to first answer, it's usually the second part of it, sometimes there's 3 parts, but look for the thing that they're telling you directly. So they're directly telling you that the confidence level is now 90. It used to be 99. So this part of it, it says the confidence level is, and you would select lower. And then I've made you a handy dandy cheat sheet to use for this, and I call it the up-down table. So in this case, they're telling us that the confidence level is going down. And so on this table, you'll find something that matches that. So here, confidence level down. That's what they're telling you is happening. And then what they're asking you about is the margin of error going to be larger or smaller? And the answer to that is whatever's on the same side of it as the first thing you found. So we say confidence levels down. That means margin of error goes down. So the pull down here will have smaller. You'd say the margin of error is smaller because the confidence level is smaller. And we'll have a lot more like that. So every time we encounter one of those, I'll show you how it works to use that table.